Pokemon is the highest grossing game franchise of all time, and has even surpassed the generational barrier, being loved by children and adults alike. While every game has the same formula, each one introduces new mechanics and new Pokemon to keep it feeling fresh and new. While all are not critically acclaimed, I believe there's something for everybody to enjoy in each game. Completing the Pokédex, finding the legendaries, fighting the gym leaders, it's a simple and addictive formula, and it just works. Now we have this. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on the Nintendo 64. It's a visual novel made by a college freshman using Unity, except I lied. This footage is actually from a game made by Game Freak in late 2022 on the Nintendo Switch, the same console that can do this and this. So where do I begin? Let's start with the obvious. This game is clearly far from finished. It could have used 2, maybe 10 more years of development. The textures look like an N64 game, in some cases even worse. The frame rate nosedives whenever anything exciting ever comes on screen. People and objects don't render unless you're 5 feet away from them. Shadows just look abysmally horrific. The game would be better off without them. And good lord, the pixelation. It feels like I'm trying to upscale a PSP game to a 4K TV. And lastly, I understand to save on performance, some background objects need to be played on a lower frame rate. But not when they're 4 feet in front of the camera. Just look at this, sweet lord. Now that I've talked about the quality and performance, let's talk gameplay. How has it taken Game Freak so many years to realize people buy Pokemon games to play Pokemon? It always takes a decade of exposition and hand-holding until the game finally says go, and this is no exception. For most of this game, battles and dialogue, you're going to be doing a lot of this. Maybe it wouldn't be so painful if there was at least voice acting. Reminder, this is the highest grossing franchise of all time. You can't tell me they can't afford some voice actors. And the combat in this game is as you'd expect, except the camera's a dickhead and removes any exciting shots for the battle unless you're fighting a trainer. Travel is super awesome, because you get a legendary Pokemon at the beginning of the game that you can ride, and he's a motorcycle. All in all, Game Freak, please quit pooling all of your money into gimmicky mechanics that nobody likes or wants. Instead, listen to your fan base, and just refine, perfect, and modernize the formula that has worked for countless years. Make a polished, entertaining Pokemon experience for old and new fans alike. Not this. This is just unacceptable condition!